Tried as an adult, the teen is accused of opening fire inside Chardon High School, killing 3 of his classmates. The decision made by a judge today as a number of new developments were revealed. Good evening, I'm Lee Jordan.
And I'm Danita Harris. Judge Timothy Grindle ruled that probable cause exists, showing Lane planned to murder in a deliberate and calculated way. News Channel 5's Paul Kiska was inside the courtroom. And Paul, the relatives of both Lane and his alleged victims were in court today.
Well, that's right. T.J. Lane's grandfather and grandmother sat with him at a table in the courtroom and with his attorneys. Also seated on the other side of that juvenile courtroom, more than a dozen family members, including parents of some of the victims. Now, the next time the 17-year-old appears in court, it won't be in the small juvenile courthouse across the street here in the square. It'll be in this building, the historic and big courthouse, the Geauga County Courthouse, where T.J. Lane will be tried as an adult and, if convicted, faces up to life in prison. Geauga County Sheriff's Deputy John Bilisick said today T.J. Lane was wearing a shirt that read "Killer" on it when he arrested Lane February 27th. Lane had a gun and knife and told Bilisick he just killed a bunch of people and that he aimed for their heads so they wouldn't suffer. Bilisick said he asked Lane in the police car why. "I don't really understand myself," Lane replied. "Did somebody expletive you off?" "No one expletive me off. I don't really get angry." "Why not? Why not shoot people?" Lane said. "I have no problem with people. They don't even talk to me," Lane said, according to Bilisick.
Did T.J. Lane specifically tell you he was aiming at their heads so that they would die quickly?
So they would not suffer.
Obviously, this is something which is the product of a mental defect from which T.J. Lane suffers, a mental illness.
T.J. Lane's attorney said Lane has a mental impairment and psychosis, causing him to hear voices and would get better treatment as a juvenile in court. Prosecutor David Joyce said Lane's shooting spree had prior calculation and the 17-year-old should be tried as an adult. Judge Timothy Grindle agreed.
Specifically, the court finds probable cause to believe that TML3 did knowingly and purposely and with prior calculation and design procure a handgun and ammunition prior to their use, bring that loaded firearm to Chardon High School on February 27, 2012, and use that weapon intentionally by aiming at the heads of several of the victims in the Chardon High School on that date.
And Judge Grindle went on to say in Chardon today that no bond for T.J. Lane, the 17-year-old alleged gunman in this case. So T.J. Lane will be remaining detained in juvenile detention until he's moved to county jail in June. Now, coming up at 6 o'clock, controversy over a key piece of evidence from the cafeteria at Chardon High School. We'll have more on that at 6. Live in the Chardon Square tonight, Paul Kiska, News Channel 5.
All right, Paul, we'll look for your report coming up later.